Good morning. How's everybody doing? Today we're ready to start 1 Chronicles chapter 5, and there's going to be a lot of names as well. I may or may not pronounce them correctly. Just bear with me. I'm only human. So, as we do normally, let's open up with a prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, we ask that you send healing to those who are suffering today. For those who are in need of a healing, please send your guiding love and healing touch to those who need it. We ask, Lord, that you also send a great awakening to our country, to the world. For we need to see more of your light shine. We need to see more of the glory of your face. So, Lord, we ask these things in Jesus' name. Amen. And now we begin with Reuben. The sons of Reuben, the firstborn of Israel. He was the firstborn, but when he defiled his father's marriage bed, his rights as firstborn were given to the sons of Joseph, son of Israel. So he could not be listed in the genealogical record in accordance with his birthright. And though Judah was the strongest of his brothers, and the ruler came from him, the rights of the firstborn belonged to Joseph. The sons of Reuben, the firstborn of Israel. Hanok, Palu, Hezron, Carmi, the descendants of Joel. Shemaiah his son, Gog his son. Shimei his son, Micah his son. Rehiah his son, Baal his son. And Bera his son, whom Tiglath-Pileser, king of Assyria, took into exile. Bera was the leader of the Reubenites. Sorry about that. Allergies, great in force today. Their relatives by clans listed according to their genealogical records. Jael, the chief, Zechariah, and Bela, son of Azaz, the son of Shema, the son of Joel. They settled in the area from Aroer to Nebo and Baal-Meon. To the east they occupied the land up to the edge of the desert that extends to the Euphrates River, because their livestock had increased in Gilead. During Saul's reign, they waged war against the Hagrites, who were defeated at their hands. They occupied the dwellings of the Hagrites throughout the entire region east of Gilead. Gad. The Gadites lived next to them in Bashan, as far as Selakah. Joel was the chief, Shapham the second, then Janai and Shaphat in Bashan. Their relatives by families were Michael, Meshullam, Sheba, Jorai, Jachan, Sia, and Eber, 7 in all. These were the sons of Abiel, son of Huri, the son of Jeroah, the son of Gilead, the son of Michael, the son of Jehishai, the son of Jado, the son of Buz. I'm gonna clear up this thread in a little bit. Ahi, son of Abdil, the son of Guni, was head of their family. The Gadites lived in Gilead, in Bashan, and its outlying villages, and all the pasture lands of Sharon as far as they extended. All these were entered in the genealogical records during the reigns of Jotham, king of Judah, and Jeroboam, king of Israel. The Reubenites, the Gadites, and the half-tribe of Manasseh had 44,760 men ready for military service. Able-bodied men who could handle shield and sword, who could use a bow, and who were trained for battle. They waged war against the Hagrites, Jetur, Naphish, and Nodab. They were helped in fighting them, and God handed the Hagrites and all their allies over to them, because they cried out to him during the battle. He answered their prayers, because they trusted in him. They seized the livestock of the Hagrites, 50,000 camels, 250,000 sheep, and 2,000 donkeys. They also took 100,000 people captive, and many others fell slain, because the battle was God's, and they occupied the land until the exile. Let's see if that clears that. Sorry, folks. The half-tribe of Manasseh. The people of the half-tribe of Manasseh were numerous. They settled in the land from Bashan to Baal Hermon, that is, to Senir, Mount Hermon. These were the heads of their families: Epher, Ishi, Eliel, Azriel, Jeremiah, Hodaviah, and Jadiel. They were brave warriors, famous men, and heads of their families. But they were unfaithful to the God of their fathers, and prostituted themselves to the God of the peoples of the land, whom God had destroyed before them. So the God of Israel stirred up a spirit of Pul, king of Assyria, that is, Tiglath-Pileser, king of Assyria, who took the Reubenites, the Gadites, and the half-tribe of Manasseh into exile. He took them to Hala, Habor, Hara, and the river of Gozan, where they are to this day. Levi. The sons of Levi: Gershon, Kohath, Merari. The sons of Kohath: Amram, Ishhar, Hebron, and Uzziel. Children of Amram: Aaron, Moses, and Miriam. Sons of Aaron: Nadab, Abihu, Eleazar, and Ithamar. Eleazar was the father of Phinehas, Phinehas the father of Abishua, Abishua the father of Buki, Buki the father of Uzi, Uzi the father of Zerahiah, Zerahiah the father of Merioth, Merioth the father of Amariah, Amariah the father of Ahitub, Ahitub the father of Sadok, Sadok the father of Ahimaaz, Ahimaaz the father of Azariah, Azariah the father of Johanan, Johanan the father of Azariah. It was he who served as priest in the temple Solomon built in Jerusalem. Azariah the father of Amariah, Amariah the father of Ahitub, Ahitub the father of Sadok, Sadok the father of Shallum, Shallum the father of Hilkiah, Hilkiah the father of Azariah, Azariah the father of Serariah, Serariah the father of Jehozadak. Jehozadak was deported when the Lord sent Judah and Jerusalem into exile by the land of Nebuchadnezzar. The sons of Levi: Gershon, Kohath, and Merari. These are the names of the sons of Gershon: Libni and Shammai. The sons of Kohath: Amram, Ishhar, Hebron, and Uzziel. The sons of Merari: Mali and Mushi. These are the clans of the Levites listed according to their fathers. Of Gershon: Libni his son, Jahath his son, Zimmah his son, Joah his son, Edo his son, Sarah his son, and Jethari his son. The descendants of Kohath: Aminadab his son, Korah his son, Asir his son, Elkanan his son, Elbeasaph his son, Asir his son, Tahath his son, Uriel his son, Uzziah his son, and Shaul his son. The descendants of Elkanah: Amasai, Ahimath, Elkanah his sons, Zophai his son, Nathath his son, Eliab his son, Jeroham his son, Elkanah his son, and Samuel his son. The sons of Samuel, Joel the firstborn, and Abijah the second son. The descendants of Merari, Mali, Libni his son, Shammai his son, Uzzah his son, Shemiah his son, Haggaiah his son, and Asaiah his son. The temple musicians. These are the men David put in charge of the music in the house of the Lord after the ark came to rest there. They ministered with music before the tabernacle, the tent of meeting, until Solomon built the temple of the Lord in Jerusalem. They performed their duties according to the regulations laid down for them. Here are the men who served together with their sons from the Kohathites: Herman the musician, the son of Joel, the son of Samuel, the son of Elkanah, the son of Jeroham, the son of Elil, the son of Toah, the son of Zuph, the son of Elkanah, the son of Mahath, the son of Amashai, the son of Elkanah, the son of Joel, the son of Azariah, the son of Zephaniah, the son of Tahath, the son of Asir, the son of Ebiasaph, the son of Korah, the son of Izar, the son of Kohath, the son of Levi, the son of Israel, and Herman's associate Asaph, who served as his right hand, Asaph, son of Berechiah, the son of Shemaiah, the son of Michael, the son of Bashiah, the son of Malchijah, the son of Ethni, the son of Zerah, the son of Adiah, the son of Ethan, the son of Zimmah, the son of Shimei, the son of Jahath, the son of Gershon, the son of Levi. And from their associates the Merarite on his left hand, Ethan, son of Kishi, the son of Abdi, the son of Maluk, the son of Hashabiah, the son of Amaziah, the son of Hilkiah, the son of Amzi, the son of Bani, the son of Shemir, the son of Mali, the son of Mushi, the son of Merari, the son of Levi. Their fellow Levites were assigned to all the other duties of the tabernacle, the house of God. But Aaron and his descendants were the ones who presented offerings on the altar of burnt offering and on the altar of incense in connection with all that was done in the most holy place, making atonement for Israel in accordance with all that Moses, the servant of God, had commanded. These were the descendants of Aaron: Eleazar his son, Phinehas his son, Abishua his son, Buki his son, Uzi his son, Zerahiah his son, Meriah his son, Amariah his son, Ahitub his son, Zadok his son, and Ahimaaz his son. These were the locations of their settlements allotted as their territory. They were assigned to the descendants of Aaron who were from the Kohathite clan, because the first lot was for them. They were given Hebron in Judah with its surrounding pasture lands, but the fields and villages around the city were given to Caleb, son of Jephunneh. So the descendants of Aaron were given Hebron, a city of refuge, and Libnah, Jatir, Eshtemoa, Helon, Debir, Ashan, Judah, and Beth Shemesh, together with their pasture lands. And from the tribe of Benjamin they were given Gibeon, Geba, Almath, Anatoth, together with their pasture lands. These towns, which were distributed among the Kohathite clans, were 13 in all. The rest of Kohath's descendants were allotted 10 towns from the clans of half the tribes of Manasseh. The descendants of Gershon, clan by clan, were allotted 13 towns from the tribes of Issachar, Asher, and Naphtali, and from the part of the tribe of Manasseh that is, in Bashan. The descendants of Merari, clan by clan, were allotted 12 towns from the tribes of Reuben, Gad, and Zebulun. So the Israelites gave the Levites these towns and their pasture lands. From the tribes of Judah, Simeon, and Benjamin, they allotted the previously named towns. Some of the Kohathite clans were given as their territory towns from the tribe of Ephraim. In the hill country of Ephraim they were given Shechem, a city of refuge, and Gezer, Jokmeam, Beth-horon, Aijalon, and Gath-rimmon, together with their pasture lands. And from half the tribe of Manasseh the Israelites gave Anir and Bileam, together with their pasture lands, to the rest of the Kohathite clans. The Gershonites received the following. From the clan of the half-tribe of Manasseh, they received Golan in Bashan, and also Ashtaroth, together with their pasture lands. From the tribe of Issachar, they received Kadesh and Daberath, Ramoth and Anam, together with their pasture lands. From the tribe of Asher, they received Mashal, Abdon, Hukok, and Rehob, together with their pasture lands. And from the tribe of Naphtali, they received Kadesh in Galilee, Haman and Kiriathaim, together with their pasture lands. The Merarites, the rest of the Levites, received the following. From the tribe of Zebulun, they received Jokneam, Karta, Romano, and Tabor, together with their pasture lands. From the tribe of Reuben, across the Jordan east of Jericho, they received Bezer in the desert, Jahzah, Kedemoth, and Mephath, together with their pasture lands. And from the tribe of Gad they received Ramoth in Gilead, Mahanaim, Heshbon, and Jazer, together with their pasture lands. Issachar, the sons of Issachar, Tola, Pua, Jashub, and Shimron, 4 in all. The sons of Tola, Uzi, Raphiah, Jeriel, Jemai, Ibsam, and Samuel, heads of their families. During the reign of David, the descendants of Tola, listed as fighting men in their genealogy, numbered 22,600. The son of Uzi, Izariah. The sons of Izariah, Michael, Obadiah, Joel, and Ishahiah. All 5 of them were chiefs, according to their family genealogy. They had 36,000 men ready for battle, for they had many wives and children. The relatives who were fighting men belonging to all the clans of Issachar, as listed in their genealogy, were 87,000 in all. Benjamin, the sons of Benjamin, Bela, Bakir, and Jediel. The sons of Bela, Esbon, Uzi, Uziel, Jerimoth, and Eri, heads of families, 5 in all. Their genealogy record listed 22,034 fighting men. The sons of Becher, Zemarah, Joash, Eleazar, Elionai, Omri, Jeremoth, Abijah, Anatoth, and Alimeth. All of these were the sons of Becher. Their genealogical record listed the heads of families and 20,200 fighting men. The son of Jediel, Bilhan. The sons of Bilhan, Jeush, Benjamin, Ehud, Kenana, Zethon, Tarshish, and Ahishahar. All of these sons of Jediel were heads of families. There were 17,200 fighting men ready to go out to war. The Shupites and the Hupites were the descendants of Ir, and the Hushites were the descendants of Ahir. Naphtali, the sons of Naphtali, Jazil, Guni, Jazir, and Shelam, the descendants of Bilhah. Manasseh. The descendants of Manasseh. Azriel was his descendant through his Aramean concubine. She gave birth to Machir, the father of Gilead. Machir took a wife from among the Huppites and Shupites. His sister's name was Maacah. Another descendant was named Zephlophehad, who had only daughters. Machir's wife Maacah gave birth to a son and named him Peresh. His brother was named Sheresh, and his sons were Ulam and Rakim. Son of Ulam, Bedan. These were the sons of Gilead, son of Machir, the son of Manasseh. His sister Hameleketh gave birth to Ishhad, Abiezer, and Melah. The sons of Shemida were Ahian, Shechem, Likhi, and Anahiam. Ephraim. The descendants of Ephraim. Shuthlilah, Bered his son, Tahath his son, Eliadah his son, Tahath his son, Zabad his son, and Shuthlilah his son. Ezer and Elead were killed by the native-born men of Gath when they went down to seize their livestock. Their father Ephraim mourned for them for many days, and his relatives came to comfort him. Then he lay with his wife again, and she became pregnant and gave birth to a son. He named him Beriah, because there had been misfortune in his family. His daughter was Shira, who built Lower and Upper Beth Horon, as well as Huzan Shira. Raphath his son, Resheph his son, Tela his son, Tehan his son, Ladan his son, Amihud his son, Elishama his son, Nun his son, and Joshua his son. Their lands and settlements included Bethel and its surrounding villages, Naaran to the east, Gezer and its villages to the west, and Shechem and its villages all the way to Aiah and its villages. Along the borders of Manasseh were Bethshan, Tanakh, Megiddo, and Dor, together with their villages. The descendants of Joseph, son of Israel, lived in these towns. Asher. The sons of Asher. Imnah, Ishva, Ishvi, and Beriah. Their sister was Sarah. The sons of Beriah. Heber and Malchiel, who was father of Bersiah. Heber was the father of Jephlet, Shomer, and Hatam, and of their sister Shua. The sons of Jephlet, Pashach, Bimhal, and Ashvath. These were Japhlet's sons. The sons of Shomer, Ahi, Roka, Huba, and Haram. Sons of his brother Helam, Zophath, Imnah, Shalish, and Amal. The sons of Zophath, Sua, Harnepher, Shaul, Beri, Imrah, Bazir, Had, Shama, Shilshah, Ithran, and Bera. The sons of Jether, Jephunneh, Pishpa, and Era. The sons of Ulah, Ara, Haniel, and Raziah. All these were descendants of Asher, heads of families, choice men, brave warriors, and outstanding leaders. The number of men ready to battle, as listed in their genealogy, was 26,000. The genealogy of Saul the Benjamite. Benjamin was the father of Bela, his firstborn, Ashbel the second son, Ahara the third, Noha the fourth, and Rapha the fifth. The sons of Bela were Adar, Gera, Abihud, Abishio, Naaman, Ahoa, Gera, Shephufam, and Huram. These were the descendants of Ehud, who were heads of families, of those living in Geba, and were deported to Manahath, Naaman, Ahijah, and Gera, who deported them, and who was the father of Uzzah and Ahihud. Sons were born to Shaharaim in Moab, after he had divorced his wives Hushim and Bara. By his wife Hodesh he had Jobab, Zibiah, Misha, Malcham, Jeush, Sakiah, and Mirmah. These were his sons, heads of family. By Hushim he had Abitub and Elpal. The sons of Elpal, Eber, Misham, Shemad, who built Ono and Lod with its surrounding villages, and Beriah and Shema, who were heads of families of these living Ahilan, and who drove out the inhabitants of Gath. Ahio, Shashak, Jeremoth, Zebadiah, Arad, Eder, Michael, Ishpah, and Johah were the sons of Beriah. Zebadiah, Meshullam, Hizki, Heber, Ishmerai, Azaliah, and Jobab were the sons of Ephbal. Joachim, Zerai, Zabdi, Elianai, Zilithai, Eliel, Hadaiah, Beraiah, and Shimrath were the sons of Shammai. Ishpan, Eber, Eliel, Abdon, Zeri, Hanan, Hananiah, Elam, Anthothajah, Iphthiah, and Penuel were the sons of Shashak. Shamsherai, Shehariah, Athaliel, Jereshiah, Elijah, and Zazariah were the sons of Jeroham. All these were heads of families, chiefs as listed in their genealogy, and they lived in Jerusalem. Jehiel, the father of Gibeon, lived in Gibeon. His wife's name was Maacah, and his firstborn son was Abdon, followed by Zur, Kish, Baal, Ner, Nadab, Gedor, Ahio, Zikir, and Mikloth, who was the father of Shemiah. They too lived there near their relatives in Jerusalem. Ner was the father of Kish, Kish the father of Saul, and Saul the father of Jonathan, Malchishua, Abinadab, and Ishbaal, the son of Jonathan, Meribbaal, who was the father of Micah. The sons of Micah, Pithon and Melech, Teriah and Ahaz. Ahaz was the father of Jehoiada. Jehoiada was the father of Mosa. Mosa was the father of Baniah, Raphath his son, Eliasah his son, and Azel his son. Azel had 6 sons, and these were their names: Azrikam, Bokeru, Ishmael, Sheriah, Obadiah, and Hanan. All these were the sons of Ashiel. The sons of his brother Eshek, Ulam his firstborn, Jeush the second son, and Eliaphephet the third son. The sons of Ulam were brave warriors who could handle the bow. They had many sons and grandsons, 150 in all. All these were the descendants of Benjamin. All Israel was listed in the genealogies according to the book of the kings of Israel. The people of Israel. The people of Judah were taken captive to Babylon because of their unfaithfulness. Now the first to resettle on their own property in their own towns were some Israelites, priests, Levites, and temple servants. Those from Judah, from Benjamin, and from Ephraim and Manasseh, who lived in Jerusalem, were Uthiah, son of Ammihud, the son of Omri, the son of Imri, the son of Bani, descendant of Perez, son of Judah. Of the Shilonites, Asaiah the firstborn and his sons. Of the Jerahites, Joel. The people from Judah numbered 690. Of the Benjamites, Shalu, son of Meshullam, the son of Hadaviah, the son of Hashanuah. Ibneiah, son of Jeroham. Elah, son of Uzai, the son of Mikri, and Meshullam, son of Shephatiah, the son of Reuel, the son of Ibnijah. The people from Benjamin, as listed in their genealogy, numbered 956. All these men were the heads of their families. Of the priests, Jediah, Jehoiarib, Joachim. Azariah, son of Hilkiah, the son of Meshullam, the son of Zadok. The son of Merioth, the son of Ahitub, the official in charge of the house of God. Adiah, son of Jeroham, the son of Pashur, the son of Malchijah, and Messiah, son of Adiel, the son of Jazerah, the son of Meshullam, the son of Meshulamith, the son of Immer. The priests who were heads of families numbered 1,760. They were able men, responsible for ministering in the house of God. Of the Levites, Shemaiah, son of Hashub, the son of Azikram, the son of Hashabiah, a Merarite. Babkar, Haresh, Galal, and Mattaniah, son of Micah, the son of Zikri, the son of Asaph. Obadiah, son of Shemaiah, the son of Galal, the son of Jeduthun, and Berechiah, son of Asa, the son of Elkanah, who lived in the villages of the Netophatites. The gatekeepers, Shalom, Akub, Talmon, Ahiman, and their brothers, Shalom their chief being stationed at the king's gate on the east up to the present time. There were the gatekeepers belonging to the camp of the Levites, Shallum son of Korah, the son of Evasaph, the son of Korah, and his fellow gatekeepers from his family, the Korahites, were responsible for guarding the thresholds of the tent, just as their fathers had been responsible for guarding the entrance to the dwelling of the Lord. In earlier times, Phinehas, son of Eleazar, was in charge of the gatekeepers, and the Lord was with him. Zechariah, son of Meshelemiah, was the gatekeeper at the entrance to the tent of meeting. Altogether, those chosen to be gatekeepers at the thresholds numbered 212. They were registered by genealogy in their villages. The gatekeepers had been assigned to their positions of trust by David and Samuel the seer. They and their descendants were in charge of guarding the gates of the house of the Lord, the house called the tent. The gatekeepers were on 4 sides, east, west, north, and south. Their brothers in their villages had come from time to time and shared their duties for 7-day periods, but the 4 principal gatekeepers, who were Levites, were entrusted with the responsibility for the rooms and treasuries in the house of God. They would spend the night stationed around the house of God, because they had to guard it, and they had charge of the key for opening it each morning. Some of them were in charge of the articles used in the temple service. They counted them when they were brought in and when they were taken out. Others were assigned to take care of the furnishings and all the other articles of the sanctuary, as well as the flour and wine, and the oil, incense, and spices. But some of the priests took care of the mixing the spices. A Levite named Mattithiah, the firstborn son of Shallum the Korahite, was entrusted with the responsibility for baking the offering bread. Some of their Kohathite brothers were in charge of preparing for every Sabbath the bread set out on the table. Those were musicians, heads of Levite families, stayed in the rooms of the temple and were exempt from other duties because they were responsible for the work day and night. All these were heads of Levite families, chiefs as listed in their genealogy, and they lived in Jerusalem. The genealogy of Saul. Jael, the father of Gibeon, lived in Gibeon. His wife's name was Maacah, and his firstborn son was Abdon, followed by Zur, Kish, Baal, Ner, Nadab, Gedor, Ahio, Zechariah, and Mikloth. Mikloth was the father of Shemeam. They too lived near their relatives in Jerusalem. Ner was the father of Kish, Kish the father of Saul, and Saul the father of Jonathan. Malachi, Shaul, Abinadab, and Ishbal. The sons of Jonathan, Merib-Baal, who was the father of Micah. The sons of Micah, Bithon, Melech, Tahariah, and Ahaz. Ahaz was the father of Judah. Judah was the father of Alimeth, Asmaveth, and Zimri. And Zimri was the father of Moza. Moza was the father of Baniah. Rephaiah was his son. Eliashah his son, and Azel his son. Azel had 6 sons, and these were their names: Azrikam, Bokeru, Ishmael, Shariah, Obadiah, and Hanan. These were the sons of Azel. Saul takes his life. Now the Philistines fought against Israel. The Israelites fled before them, and many fell slain at Mount Gilboa. The Philistines pressed hard after Saul and his sons, and they killed his sons, Jonathan, Abinadab, Malchishua. The fighting grew fierce around Saul, and when the archers overtook him, they wounded him. Saul said to his armor-bearer, "Draw your sword and run me through, or these uncircumcised fellows will come and abuse me." But his armor-bearer was terrified and would not do it. So Saul took his own sword and fell on it. When the armor-bearer saw that Saul was dead, he too fell on his sword and died. So Saul and his 3 sons died, and all his house died together. When all the Israelites in the valley saw that the army had fled, and that Saul and his sons had died, they abandoned their towns and fled. And the Philistines came and occupied them. The next day, when the Philistines came to strip the dead, they found Saul and his sons fallen on Mount Gilboa. They stripped him and took his head and his armor, and sent messengers throughout the land of the Philistines to proclaim the news among their idols and their people. They put his armor in the temple of their gods, and hung his head in the temple of Dagon. When all the inhabitants of Jabesh Gilead heard of everything, the Philistines had done to Saul. All their valiant men went and took the bodies of Saul and his sons and brought them back to Jabesh. Then they buried their bones under the great tree in Jabesh, and they fasted 7 days. Saul died because he was unfaithful to the Lord. He did not keep the word of the Lord, and even consulted a medium for guidance, and did not inquire of the Lord. So the Lord put him to death and turned the kingdom over to David, son of Jesse. David becomes king over Israel. All Israel came together to David at Hebron and said, "We are your own flesh and blood. In the past, even while Saul was king, you were the one who led Israel on their military campaigns. And the Lord your God said to you, 'You will shepherd my people Israel, and you will become their ruler.'" When all the elders of Israel had come to King David at Hebron, he made a compact with them at Hebron before the Lord, and they anointed David king over Israel, as the Lord promised through Samuel. David conquers Jerusalem. David and all the Israelites marched to Jerusalem, that is, Jebusites who lived there said to David, "You will not get in here." Nevertheless, David captured the fortress of Zion, the city of David. David had said, "Whoever leads the attack on the Jebusites will become commander-in-chief." Joab, son of Zeruiah, went up first, and so he received the command. David then took up residence in the fortress, and so it was called the City of David. He built up the city around it, from the supporting terraces to the surrounding wall, while Joab restored the rest of the city. And David became more and more powerful, because the Lord Almighty was with him. David's mighty men. These were the chiefs of David's mighty men. They, together with all Israel, gave his kingship strong support to extend it over the whole land, as the Lord had promised. This is the list of David's mighty men. Jashobeam, a Hechmonite, was chief of the officers. He raised his spear against 300 men, whom he killed in one encounter. Next to him was Eleazar, son of Dodai, the Ahohite, one of the 3 mighty men. He was with David at Pas-dammim, when the Philistines gathered there for battle. At a place where there was a field full of barley, the troops fled from the Philistines, but they took their stand in the middle of the field. They defended it and struck the Philistines down, and the Lord brought about a great victory. 3 of the 30 chiefs came down to David to the rock at the cave of Adullam, while a band of Philistines was encamped in the valley of Rephaim. At that time David was in the stronghold, and the Philistine garrison was at Bethlehem. David longed for water and said, "Oh, that someone would give me a drink of water from the well near the gate of Bethlehem." So the 3 broke through the Philistine lines, drew water from the well near the gate of Bethlehem, and carried it back to David. But he refused to drink it. Instead, he poured it out before the Lord. "God forbid that I should do this," he said. "Should I drink the blood of these men who went at the risk of their lives? Because they risked their lives to bring it back, David would not drink it." Such were the exploits of the 3 mighty men. Abishai, the brother of Joab, was chief of the 3. He raised his spear against 300 men, whom he killed, and so he became famous as the 3. He was doubly honored above the 3 and became their commander, even though he was not included among them. Benaiah, son of Jehoiada was a valiant fighter from Kabzeel, who performed great exploits. He struck down 2 of Moab's best men. He also went down into a pit on a snowy day and killed a lion. And he struck down an Egyptian who was 7.5 feet tall. Although the Egyptian had a spear like a weaver's rod in his hand, Benaiah went against him with a club. He snatched the spear from the Egyptian's hand and killed him with his own spear. Such were the exploits of Benaiah, son of Jehoiada. He too was as famous as the 3 mighty men. He was held in greater honor than any of the 30, but he was not included among the 3, and David put him in charge of his bodyguard. The mighty men were Asahel, the brother of Joab, Elhanan, son of Dodo from Bethlehem, Shemoth the Hararite, Helez the Pelionite, Ira, son of Hakish from Tekoa, Abiezer from Anatoth, Sibbecai the Hushathite, Hai the Ethelite, Merari the Nephtophthite, Helid, son of Bana the Nephtophilite, Athai, son of Ribai from Gibeah in Benjamin, Benaiah the Pirathonite, Hurai from the ravines of Gash, Abiel the Arbathite, Asmaveth the Bahurimite, Eliabah the Shalbonite, the sons of Hashim the Gishonite, Jonathan son of Shagi the Hararite, Ahiam son of Shair the Hararite, Elphile son of Hefer the son of Hefer the Merikathite, Ahijah the Pelonite, Hezro the Carmelite, Neriah the son of Ezabai, Joel the brother of Nathan, Mibhar son of Hagri, Selech the Ammonite, Naharai the Beerothite, the armor-bearer of Joab son of Zeruiah, Ira the Ithrite, Gareb the Ithrite, Uriah the Hittite, Zabad son of Abilai, Adinah son of Shizah the Reubenite, who was chief of the Reubenites, and the 30 with him, Hanan son of Maacah, Jehoshaphat the Mithnite, Uzziah the Ashterathite, Shammah and Jael, the sons of Hatam the Ararite, Jediel son of Shimri, his brother Johah the Tizite, Elil the Mahavite, Jerubai and Joshaviah, the sons of Elanam, Ithma the Moabite, Elil, Obed, and Josil the Mozabite. And we're going to stop there. For those of you that are following the 90-day reading plan, you should read through Psalms 100. And we'll start up again tomorrow. Everybody have a great, blessed day, and choose a little kindness today. Pray for each other. Pray for our land.